Hi everyone, my name is Simranpreet Kaur and welcome to this video, The Reflection on Workplace Law. Today we will be discussing 4 important questions related to discrimination in employment law in Ontario. So let's start with question 1, that is religious discrimination. Consider the case of a Sikh employee who wear a turban as a part of his religious attire. If this employee is denied a promotion to a manager position solely because the employer believed that the customer might feel uncomfortable with the turban, this scenario contributes to religious discrimination. According to Ontario's Human Rights Code, discrimination based on religion, which include creed and religious practice, is illegal. The code ensures that the individual cannot be treated unfairly due to their religious attire or practices. Let's take another example. If an employer refuses to hire an individual because they wear a hijab, or if they deny a promotion to someone wearing a turban, it is discriminatory. Such action violate the Ontario Human Rights Code, which mandates that employers must not let religious attire influence hiring, promotion, or any other employment decision. Discrimination of this nature not only infringes on personal rights but can also foster a hostile work environment, making employees feel excluded or unwelcomed based on their religious identity. It is crucial for employers to create an inclusive environment that respects all employees' religion, practice, and beliefs. Let's move forward to the second question, that is disability discrimination. Imagine an employer who decides not to hire a candidate with a physical disability, assuming that the candidate will not be able to perform the job task effectively. This scenario represents discrimination based on disability, which is prohibited by Ontario Human Rights Code. The code requires employers to accommodate employees with disabilities to the point of undue hardship. This means that the employers are obligated to make reasonable adjustment in workplace or modify job duties to enable employees with disabilities to perform their role effectively. For instance, if a candidate with a disability is unable to perform certain physical tasks, the employer is required to explore alternative accommodations. This could include modifying the job responsibility, providing assistive devices, or arranging for flexible work options. However, if the disability creates a bona fide occupational requirement, that is BFOR, where the essential job duties cannot be performed even with accommodation, the employer might not be required to hire the individual. For example, if a job requires heavy lifting and the candidate's disability prevents them from doing this even with accommodation, the employer might not be obligated to hire them. Nevertheless, the employer must still make every effort to find reasonable accommodation or alternative solution. Let's move forward to the third, that is place of origin. When an employer asks a job candidate where they are originally from, this can breach the Ontario Human Rights Code's protection against discriminations based on place of origin. The code prohibits employers from asking questions that might lead to discrimination based on protected grounds such as place of origin, race, ethnicity, or national origin. Instead, employers should focus on questions that are directly related to the job requirements. For example, instead of asking where are you from originally, employers should ask more relevant questions like are you eligible to work in Canada, or do you possess the necessary qualification of this role. Questions about the place of origin can unintentionally reveal biases or lead to discriminatory practices, impacting an individual's chance of being hired based on their background rather than their qualification and abilities. To ensure fair hiring practices, employer must focus on evaluating candidates based on their skills, experience, and ability to perform the job. Let's move forward to the question number 4, that's tattoos. Deciding not to hire someone based on their tattoo is generally not a violation of the Ontario Human Rights Code unless a tattoo are connected to a protected ground such as religion or culture. For instance, an applicant has a tattoo of a religion symbol like a cross or a Star of David, or a tattoo that reflects cultural heritage such as traditional indigenous symbol, it would be discriminatory to refuse to hire them based on these tattoos. Employers should ensure that their hiring decisions are not influenced by the tattoo unless there is a direct and relevant business reason for such a policy. It is important to avoid discrimination based on other protected grounds such as age, sex, disability, or creed while making employment decisions. The Ontario Human Rights Code provides protection against discrimination based on 17 protected grounds including creed, disability, place of origin, age, sex, gender identity, and more. Employers must be mindful of these protections and ensure their hiring practice and workplace policies align with the code, respecting the diversity and individuality of all employees. Thank you so much.